Hey everyone. All right, so this is a Green Day recap, and I know how much I made. I've got my trusty piece of painter's tape here, which was very effectively covering my P&L all morning. I didn't know how much I was up, sort of. I asked, I said, hey, am I over 10,000? And someone said yes. I said, that's all I need to know, because that meant I hit my daily goal. And then at that point I said, all right, I'm gonna be a little more conservative now and trade with smaller size until things feel like they're slowing down. And then someone said, you're at 3 times your daily goal. And then someone said 4 times, and then someone said 5 times. So then I knew I was up over 50,000. Well, when I was teaching class for our Warrior Pro students in our winter school program, I pulled the tape off so I could see my slides, and then inadvertently flipped back to my trading platform to show an example of something, and boom, there it was, 47,000. Oh, I guess I didn't want to see that. Although I already knew it was a good day, I did know that I had lost a little on my last trade. BBIG was the one that I traded the most. But I did actually okay on ADTX, but I lost on Gene, and then had 2 kind of break-even stocks. So let's kind of break it down. This morning, so this does end up being a nice, definitely a nice green day, which is great to see. It's a Thursday. So this is now my 3rd green day in a row. I was green yesterday and I was green on Monday. So finally, 3 green days in a row is fantastic. And you know, we'll see whether or not I can make it 4 green days tomorrow. But tomorrow I just have to kind of press the reset button and not try to roll the profit from today into big risk for tomorrow, because tomorrow may be slow. So this morning, well, let's go back. Yesterday, OBLM. So while I was teaching classes, as you guys know, Warrior Pro students, yep, let me put that on there. Thank you. So while I was teaching classes yesterday, OBLN kept ripping higher. And yesterday, I had the opportunity to have my first consecutive green day in a row. So 2 green days in a row for the first time this whole month. And I did want to lock that up. In hindsight, I did leave some money on the table. Although I was talking to a member of the 100K club in the afternoon, and he's like, dude, you won't believe it. I'm red today. I'm so frustrated. And I was like, how'd you do that? My entries were just terrible. And so, I look at something like this and I'm like, there's no way I could have traded that and lost money. But I know that I could have. I know that I certainly could have. I do think, so I stopped trading this yesterday up whatever I was up. It went red at the open, and then we were teaching class. And then around 10:30, I stopped it. I literally stopped trading yesterday at like 9:45. And then at 10:30, it ripped from 350 up to 4. It pulled back. And then it went from 4. And look at this. This is some nice action. So if I kind of analyze this a little bit more, that could have been a really nice entry right there. This a little riskier, because these weren't at high of day yet. But once it broke through the pre-market high here, right here, look at that. From 340 right up to 380, tapping 398, trying to break through 4. I might have added right there. Who knows? I might have added, 20, 30,000 shares for the breakthrough 4, and then flush back down to a low of 326. That's a pullback. Then it rips back up. And it hits 4. Sorry, it hits it. Sorry, I looked away. So let's see. So it double tops there. Then it drops back down here to 355. Then right here, it rips back up through 4. False breakout, hits 415, flushes back down to 385, pops back up to 428, drops back down here to 385, 370. Then it rips up here 450 all the way up to 650. Nice big move right here. This gave a little bit of that kind of capitulation, but that topping tail candle right there, we usually look at that as a candle showing, kind of that it's failing. Interesting how it's crossing this yellow line. Where was that from? Where did I draw that? Looks like I drew that later. I don't know. Anyway, so it curls up later, or maybe I drew that today. Look at that rejection. 1077, boom, flushes down to 856. So I could see how one could have been read on this one yesterday. Anyway, but this, in any case, went from $2 to $10.77. So that's a big move. Even though I didn't make that much on it, relatively speaking, I did okay on it. I was green. I'm happy with that. And this morning, when I came in around 7:45, I noticed our gap scanner had a couple of big movers already. So gap scan here, top gappers. So I'll just pop this out. So top gappers right here, leading gapper was BBIG. BBIG, Mr. Big. All right, so BBIG here, 11 million share float, gapping up 287%. Let's see, and so BBIG, 280%. High was 940. All right, so, but back here pre-market, this thing squeezed up at, what time was this? 6 a.m. to 521, and then squeezed at 6:35 up to 780. What a big move pre-market. ADXN, you know what that did pre-market? On very light volume, it squeezed to $30. Let's look back at it. So you know what? I don't know if this was like European traders or Asian traders who were trading. I mean, usually, I don't know how many US traders wake up at 4 a.m. to trade when the market officially starts pre-market at 4 a.m. I don't, but some people were up, and that's why I speculate maybe European traders, because 4 a.m. for them would be 10 in the morning, so that's not that bad. Anyways, so it squeezes up here from 12 to 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, all the way up to $30. But then it came back down. So didn't hold up very well, ended up selling off. Gene, similarly, big move early pre-market, didn't hold up super well. I took a couple trades on it. I had one nice trade right down in here, riding the momentum back up. Then I added back right here and got smoked on that red candle as it dropped. I'm down, it looks like $4,000 on Gene. I was green on it, and now I'm red on it. So that's a bummer. Gene ended up selling off all day, really kind of weak. ADXN has sold off most of the day, and BBIG has now sold off quite a bit as well. CLSN has sold off as well. So, today we had a good gap scan, but we didn't have a lot that really has held up that well. So I don't know what that means for tomorrow. Seemed like maybe traders were kind of catching a little FOMO from OBLN from yesterday, but even OBLN after hours sold off, and today sold off. So I don't know that we're out of the woods yet in terms of cold market. Yes, today was good, and to look in more detail at today's trades on BBIG, we'll look at the 1 minute chart. So pre-market, I was kind of like, I don't know, I'm not really sure. And then right into the open, it started to squeeze up. And I started to get aggressive here as it broke the volume weighted average price right here and started to surge through this level. And I held at 6 or 598 or something like that. I held into the open. It surged up to 615. I took some profit. It flushed down to 565. It then ripped back up. I was back in. Then it flushed on this candle all the way back down. Then it ripped back up. Whoa, hold on to your hats. This was a wild ride, but over 7 right there, that was very nice. And then the add here through 759 and that squeeze right in here, that was the one. So, I did well on it, obviously. ADTX, I traded a couple times pre-market and was basically break even on it. And then when the bell rang, it started to rip up. I was trading it pre-market down in, actually I traded it right in here. As it spiked up when this news came out, I bought it at 305. I took a loss at 293. I then got back in at 310 and sold it at like 330. I don't even think I made money on it. Of course, at that point, I didn't know what my P&L was, but I don't think I did well on it. And then it rips up here and I started trading it. I don't remember exactly where. I think it might have been around $4 or $5. Anyways, I did okay on that one too. So this is a much needed green day. As you know, I had a really rough start the first 2 weeks of January. I expect that I don't see really a way that I won't close the month red. I was down $150,000 in 2 weeks of trading. So yes, today is fantastic. In one day, I chopped a third off of that loss. And I, of course, was green yesterday and the day before. But I don't even remember how much I made now on Tuesday. I looked. Oh, it was 7,000. It was 7,000 yesterday or Tuesday. And then yesterday was a good day. I think when I finished the morning, I don't remember if I looked when I finished the morning to see where I was at. I think someone said 12,000 or something. But I did have a few more trades after that. So anyways, so yesterday was good. So, but in any case, I'm still probably down 100 grand on the month. So this is me trying to work on digging myself out of the hole, and I'm trying not to look at my P&L, so I'll put the tape back up going into tomorrow. I'd like to just focus on taking good quality trades, and if I can continue to do that, the profits will follow. If we have a couple more stocks that make moves like this, or like what we had on BBIG, I can certainly do well, but it's a little discouraging that these haven't held up better. So that's why I'm not, and some of these big red candles are nasty. So I don't know that we're quite out of the woods yet. Gene, rejection there, and then I gave it another try. I think it was here, or maybe it was here. And look at these rejection candles, just terrible. But, clearly today there was some more volatility, and so I was able to get a little bit more of that, and I could use about 5 more days like today between now and next Friday. The end of the month is next Friday. So, but I'm not looking at where I'm at on the month to the penny. You can see I'm not importing my trades to TraderView right now. I actually haven't since, when was the last day I did the import? Calendar, let's see, clear. So yeah, I actually haven't imported here since last Thursday. So it's been a week. And I just kind of said, I was like, I just don't want to look at it right now. How is it going to serve me? If I'm trading better, then that's great. If it means if I'm trading better, but I've only made back, 20 grand, well, all right, but what can I do? The market, I'm just doing the best I can. So it doesn't really help me to constantly look at this measuring stick that I'm this much off the high and that I've got this much I've got to make back. And gosh, I've really got to try to make it back by the end of the month. It's like the analogy I've talked about of watching a team in the Super Bowl where I can't remember was it the Patriots? I can't remember what year it was. There was a year I remember, but I don't remember the teams, where there was a team that was doing pretty well and then just totally threw it away. And in the last quarter, they were just getting so sloppy. It was like you were just watching them just totally fall apart. I mean, it just was gone. And it was stupid mistakes, interception, getting sacked, and it was just bad. And sometimes when you're coming down to the last 2 minutes of the game, you're in the fourth quarter, and you're saying, okay, all I need are 4 Hail Mary passes and 1 70-yard field goal, and we have a chance at tying this thing and getting it into overtime. Well, then you throw a Hail Mary pass, an interception right to the other team, and they run a touchdown, and now, okay, it's only 5 Hail Mary passes and an 85-yard field goal. It starts to get unrealistic. Now the thing is, yes, I do. I'm finishing the end of the third quarter, so to speak, with trading, right, on the month of January. But it's only 1 month. And it doesn't really matter if I lose January, if I'm red January, so what? why get bent out of shape and try to throw a Hail Mary pass and do something stupid to try to finish the month? Because, yes, the new month of February does start over in a way, but I still have to carry whatever crazy loss I might take throwing a Hail Mary pass at the end of January. So I'm trying to not get too stressed about the end of month. That's hard because I know as a trader, we all are on these kind of monthly cycles, monthly statements, monthly bills, and the goal of, achieving this each month. And of course, I post my broker statements on the website. So there's that pressure of, wow, this will be pretty embarrassing if I have a broker statement that is, I'm down 100 grand. But, last month's broker statement was whatever, 600,000. So in the green just on that month. So I have to try to let myself off the hook a little bit on it. I think many of you may have that same kind of mental block of feeling that it's not acceptable to close a month red, when in reality, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So try not to worry about it too much. So for that reason, I'm not looking too closely at where I sit on the month, because if I do, it's inevitably going to get me looking at a negative number and then thinking that, oh boy, all right, so I've got to make 150. All right, so I've still got to make 98,000 in the next 5 days. Well, that's only 25,000 a day. Okay, and then I'm running those numbers, and now I'm trading my P&L right here. I'm trading this calendar right here. I'm not even trading the market. So I've got to focus on trading the market. And today I was really in a good flow state on BBIG. I was in, I was out. I was super aggressive at just the right times. I had a couple losses today, but none of them were big. I think my biggest loss today might have been maybe $3,500, maybe $4,000. I didn't get one big loss today. And to be up this much without that is impressive. I dodged a couple bullets here, but I just steered clear of them and I was in the zone. And so that was me basically staring at the level 2 and watching the chart and not getting distracted by checking my P&L. And then running this separate kind of calculation of how much I just lost and how much I have to make back and where I'm at on the day versus the week and the month. So, you just only have so much brain power. And on days like this, especially in choppy markets, you need to just harness all of it to carry you through the morning. And I'm happy with how I did that. So this was my best actually my best day of the month. Well, it is, although I was up 60,000 on Wednesday, the 6th, and then, on the 13th, and then shamefully gave back 50,000 of it and finished the day up only 10 grand. So, but it's my best day of the month as I close. And so that's good. All right. So that's it for me. I'll put up my disclaimer again on YouTube and Facebook, just as a reminder. As you know, day trading is risky. My results are not typical. I've been doing this for a really long time, but definitely today was a nice day, a little bit of a relief for me, starting to bounce off the low of my pullback, but I could just as easily go back down to the lows if I don't stay focused. So, my P&L, my equity curve right now for the month looks like, so I'll use this a little darker. So I'm gone like this, which is down, and now I am looks like coming up about 1/3 off that low. So I'm moving in the right direction, but I've still got a ways to go. And it's been a little more up and down than that, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I've got to stay focused because I could just as easily, set myself up for another leg to the downside if I don't turn it around. And you know what? I'm almost positive that this is the shirt that I was wearing when I had my biggest red day in December, and it's a gift from a student who watches on YouTube and Facebook. So thank you for the gift. And I said I would never wear it again. And then here I am wearing it again. So that's nice. All right. So that's it for me. And I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning.